So everyone solve question number 1, question number 2, and question number 4.
Sir, where are the options of two?
There are no options given for 2. What else, Radhu? Did you go through the recordings
Yes, sir.
of grade 6 also?
They are not grade 6.
Beta, you have to go yesterday's recording of grade 6 also.
Okay, sir.
Because we completed chapter 1. Radhu sent to ma'am, beta. Shinchan, did you go through the recordings?
No, sir.
But you must have done this concept at school.
Yes, we did last year.
Avyan, is Ruhan also doing the class with you?
Sir, no.
Chalo guys, let me explain then. Candyman and Tani Pani. I don't know where are these. So hacker,
Yes.
these are alternate interior angles. First one, we all know that. Alternate interior angles. Then these are also bit alternate interior angles. Lines are parallel and a transversal is, there, this is the transversal. So these two are alternate interior, these two are alternate interior. Then M is parallel to N, the value of K. Now this is 75. So this also will be 75. So this will be 180 minus 75, that is 105. Okay, Hacker, Avyan and Shinchan.
Sir, isn't
अल्टरनेट इंटीरियर कब होते हैं? जब टू पैरेलल लाइंस होती है, एक ट्रांसवर्सल होती है, दोनों इनसाइड द पैरेलल लाइंस होते हैं और अपोजिट साइड में होते हैं.
sir, in the question 2, is QR the transversal or the other one is the transversal, the S and
The
P?
PS is the transversal and QR both are the transversals.
Sir, if we use PS, then can we find the value of M?
PS से भी आ जाएगी, yes, we can find the value. फिर क्या होगा if we use PS as the transversal? तो ये 77 है, तो this will also become 77. Then ये दोनों angles equal हो जाएंगे, so the third angle of the triangle will automatically be equal.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So you have to do the fifth question and the third question. For the third question, you have to write true or false. Like if this is true, false. If this is true, false, don't have to send AB. You have to just send true or false. And the fifth question, you have to send the value of x plus z. And once again, you guys don't need option for fifth. You guys just texted me, so don't give options for the fifth question. Candyman, we are late. Candyman, why are we late, Peter?
Sir, I forgot.
Peter, you must eat Brahmi because you keep on forgetting. Avyan, your brother is also doing the class, Peter.
Yes, sir.
Mikey, you were time up. तो guys, पहले राधिया unmute कर लो. This is 65. So how much will be this angle?
65.
What's the reason? Which angles? Which angles are these, Mr. Guy and Goddess and Chetty?
So the opposite exterior.
तो बेटा अपोजिट एक्सटीरियर मैंने पढ़ा ही नहीं है. दीज आर कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग एंगल्स, दोनों सेम साइड में है, दोनों ही ऊपर है पैरेलल लाइन के. दे आर कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग एंगल्स. नाउ हाउ मच विल बी दिस एंगल?
65.
5. What's the reason?
Because
Yeah, Mr. Cow, what's the reason?
Uh, is the code? I don't know. So
Mr. Cow, you are feeling weak, Peter. Did you do a fasting yesterday? Why are you feeling so weak?
no.
Peter, then you should be active. So, guys, these are parallel lines and this is a transverse. So, if this is 65, this also will be 65. What is the reason? Tell me the reason, Cow, Goddess, Chatty. Chatty, आप भी unmute रखो. You are the hero.
the corresponding angle.
मैंने माइक ही आपसे पूछा ही नहीं. आपका तो करेक्ट है. अच्छा, आपने भेजा ही नहीं है. चलो, दिस इज 65 अगेन कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग, बिकॉज अगर ये दोनों पैरेलाइंस होंगी, नाउ दिस आल्सो विल बी 65. व्हाट इज द रीजन? दीज थ्री, टेल मी. काउ, चैटी एंड गॉडेस.
Vertically opposite.
वर्टिकली अपोजिट एंगल्स, सो x plus z will be 130.
The
अब
rest
guys,
are true.
normally alternate exterior
True.
angle equal, which are this angle alternate पे है और exterior है and this angle, and these two, though I have not taught, but they are alternate exterior. Alternate है, दूसरी sides है, opposite sides है और exterior है, and corresponding are also equal. But in case of parallel lines, they have written if any two lines are intersected by a transversal. So that's why the answer will be false and false. Okay, have you understood? तो ये 5 क्वेश्चंस जल्दी से कर लो यार, ये एकदम बच्चा क्वेश्चन है, बस प्रैक्टिस के लिए मैं दे रहा हूँ आपको. जस्ट एक प्रैक्टिस हो जाए, आपको याद हो जाए क्या है. दैट्स इट आई एम गिविंग. ये 5 क्वेश्चन सारे कर लो, वन मैसेज में सेंड कर दो, एंड आई विल गिव 4 minutes फॉर ऑल दीज 5 क्वेश्चंस, because UI has said sir don't give more than 4 minutes. So 2:48 the time will end, right? UI, I'm doing now, I'm giving less time na, appropriate time.
Also, that is only 3 minutes.
2:44 beta, it's the time in my clock.
So that's only 4 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yes, you only said 4 minutes in the chat. He said the time gets wasted. Please don't give more than 4 minutes. Ara, why are you looking in such an angry mood today?
So it says find the value of x in the given figure if x and y is a straight line.
So does that make you angry?
No, it just makes me confused. So then I'd give this.
Do a anger management workshop also in case we need help.
So I've gone that a million times.
This would be more effective. So we will enroll Chatty and Mr. Cow. And who else, guys? Who else for the anger management course? We'll enroll Adhya. She also doesn't speak, gets angry inside. So 3 persons I am recommending. सी गाइस 48 तक आपके जितने क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो जाएं आप सेंड कर दें। मूवी ऑफ अंडरमैन। मिस्टर बा। Mr. Ba, what is the sum of two complementary angles?
Sir, I got confused between complementary and supplementary.
What is the sum of two complementary angles?
Sir, 90 degrees.
90 degrees. People are wondering how did Mr. Ba. Mr. Bot, am I using virtual background or real background?
Real background.
Arav, I asked, sorry, Mr. Cow. Question goes to Mr. Cow. Candy, what is my second answer? Time is up.
So 11.
Chatty got it wrong, my goodness. Chatty, how did you solve the second question? मुझे बताओगे?
So first is so it's 3x plus x minus 30
Why
plus
minus
30
36
plus
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 36?
36 is equal to 180.
Okay.
4x is equal to 180 minus 36.
That is equal to 144 then.
And so we divide it by 4.
So what do you get?
30.
30?
So 36.
36.
So I accidentally sent the value of 4x.
Two accidents. Next, two supplementary are in the ratio this and this. So 7x plus 11x equals to 180 हो जाएगा. And 18x equal to 180 हो जाएगा. X equal to 10 हो जाएगा. The angles will be 70 and 110. Third किसका wrong है? किसी का नहीं है. One pair of linear pair is acute, the other will be obtuse. And fifth किसका wrong है? Hacker and chatty. फिर linear equation में mistake हो गई. 3x plus 2x 5x 30 plus 20 50. 5x plus 50 is equal to what? 180. कहाँ मिस्टेक हो रही है चैटी?
7 division गलत कर.
अच्छा, तो देवम के साथ कुछ सेशंस कर लो, हेल्पफुल होगा. व्हाट डू यू से? चलो, Zapman camera on. Everyone has understood. We go to the next one. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक मैं आपको एक वीडियो दिखाता हूँ एंड because I have been getting so many requests to patch up with Underman, so today we'll show you a video of Underman of Python.
But
Some
what
people
is the
say that
linear pair?
what is the meaning of
Sir, what is a linear pair?
linear pair means बेटा अगर two angles straight line में हो and उनको बीच में एक कट हो, they make a linear pair.
Mm,
180 हो जाएगा उनका, है ना? Should I draw and show you?
yes. Sir.
So these two angles make a linear pair. Total is 180, okay?
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Rob. Welcome to Math Antics. In this lesson, we're going to learn about the Pythagorean theorem, or Pythagoras' theorem as it's sometimes called. And you may be wondering, what's a theorem? And who in the world is Pythagoras? Well, in math, a theorem is simply a statement that has been proven to be true from other things that are either known or accepted to be true. And Pythagoras, well, he was this really smart dude who lived a long time ago in ancient Greece, and he proved the theorem. Well, historians aren't completely sure it was actually Pythagoras who proved it. It could have been one of his students or followers, but he usually gets credit for it. Anyway, the main thing that you need to know is that the Pythagorean theorem describes an important geometric relationship between the three sides of a right triangle. We're going to learn what that relationship is in just a minute. But first, there's several things that you'll need to know before you can truly understand the Pythagorean theorem or use it to solve problems. First of all, to understand the Pythagorean theorem, you need to know about angles and triangles. And you also need to know a little bit about exponents and square roots. So if those topics are new to you, be sure to watch our videos about them first. And second, even though the Pythagorean theorem is about geometry, you'll need to know some basic algebra to actually use it. Specifically, you'll need to know about variables and how to solve basic algebraic equations that involve exponents. We cover a lot of those topics in the first 5 videos of our Algebra Basics series. Okay, now that you've got all that background info covered, let's see what the Pythagorean theorem actually says. The theorem can be stated in several different ways, but the one we like best goes like this. For a right triangle with legs A and B and hypotenuse C, a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
So guys, what's a hypotenuse is?
The longest side of the right angle triangle.
So it is the longest side of the right angle triangle, and the best way to identify the hypotenuse is it is opposite to the right angle. Hypotenuse is the side opposite to the right angle. So this is the side which is opposite to the right angle. They are calling it C. And the other two sides, they are calling it A and B. So they are saying C square means square of the hypotenuse. Square means if you multiply the number, so we have studied exponents, that is equal to A square plus B square. So C square is equal to A square plus B square, that they are saying. And this is only valid for a right angle triangle. Conversely, if in a triangle C square is equal to A square plus B square, then it becomes a right angle triangle for sure. For sure. So if the जो आप largest side है उसका आप square कर लो, बाकी दोनों sides का square कर लो, add कर लो, then you will get a right triangle for sure.
As you can see from this definition, the Pythagorean theorem doesn't apply to all triangles. It only applies to right triangles. As you know, right triangles always include one right angle that's usually marked with a square right angle symbol to help you identify it. And you need to know which angle is the right angle because it helps you identify an important side of the triangle called the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is the longest side of a right triangle, and it's always the side that's opposite of the right angle. In other words, it's the side that doesn't touch or help form the right angle itself. In order to use the Pythagorean theorem, you need to be able to identify the hypotenuse because that's what the variable c stands for in the theorem. C is the length of the hypotenuse side. The other two sides of the triangle, the ones that do touch or form the right angle, are called its legs. Our Pythagorean theorem definition uses the variable names A and B to represent their lengths. Oh, and it doesn't matter which leg is called A and which leg is called B, as long as you keep track of which is which after you make your initial choice. Okay, now that we know the various parts of the Pythagorean theorem, let's think about what the relationship or equation a squared plus b squared equals c squared is really telling us. It's telling us that if we take the lengths of the two legs, sides A and B, and square them, which means multiplying them by themselves, a squared is a times a, and b squared is b times b, and then if we add those two squared amounts together, they will equal the amount you'd get if you square the hypotenuse side, which would be c squared, or c times c. That may sound a little confusing at first, so let's take a look at a special example of a right triangle that will help the Pythagorean theorem make a little more sense. This right triangle is called a 3, 4, 5 triangle because its sides have the relative lengths of 3, 4, and 5. And by relative lengths, I mean that the units of length don't really matter. The sides could be expressed in any units, inches, meters, miles, whatever. So the triangle could be of any size as long as its lengths would have the proportions 3, 4, and 5 relative to each other. Starting with the side that's 3 units long, which we'll call side A, what do we get if we square that side? Well, in arithmetic, squaring 3 means multiplying 3 times 3, which equals 9. And the geometric equivalent of squaring something actually results in a square shape. As you can see, this square contains 9 unit squares. So this red area represents the value a squared in the Pythagorean theorem. Next, let's look at the side that's 4 units long, which we'll call side B. Squaring 4 means multiplying 4 times 4, which is 16. Again, the geometric equivalent of that is a literal square that is 4 units on each side and covers a total area of 16 units. So this blue area represents b squared in the Pythagorean theorem. And finally, let's deal with the hypotenuse, or side C, which is the longest side. It's 5 units long. Squaring 5 means multiplying 5 times 5, which is 25. And the geometric equivalent is a 5 by 5 square that has an area of 25 units. So this green area represents c squared in the Pythagorean theorem. Now that you can see how the arithmetic parts of the Pythagorean theorem are related to the geometric parts of this right triangle, let's check to see if the Pythagorean theorem is really true, at least in this special case. On the arithmetic side, if you add up the amounts a squared and b squared, they really do equal c squared because 9 plus 16 equals 25. And with a little rearranging of our unit squares, you can see that the area of the squares formed by the two legs really does equal the area of the square formed by the hypotenuse. Wow, those ancient Greek dudes really were smart. Okay, but I know what some of you are thinking. That's cool and all, but why should I even care about the Pythagorean theorem? What's it good for? Well, as always, that's a good question. And the answer is, like many things in math, the Pythagorean theorem is a useful tool that can help you use what you do know to figure out what you don't know. Specifically, if you have a right triangle, but you only know how long 2 of its sides are, the Pythagorean theorem tells you how to figure out the length of the third unknown side. For example, imagine that you have a right triangle that's 2 centimeters long on this side and 3 centimeters long on this side, but we don't know how long the hypotenuse is. No.
So guys, I will change the value and everyone send the hypotenuse length. Instead of 2, let's keep 4. Everyone send the length of the hypotenuse in the chat. Mr. Ba,
That you made it easier. Wait. No, sir, I put it.
Mr. Ba, why do you get so many questions wrong these days? What's happening? We have to beat UI. Silent killer, give your answer. Chalo, let's see with the original values.
No problemo. The Pythagorean theorem tells us the relationship between all three sides of any right triangle, so we can figure it out. We know that a squared plus b squared equals c squared, so let's plug in what we do know into that equation and then solve it for what we don't know. Again, it doesn't matter which of the two legs is called a or b, so let's just label them like this and then substitute 2 for a and 3 for b in the Pythagorean theorem equation. That gives us an algebraic equation that has just one unknown, c. If we solve this equation for c, in other words, if we rearrange the equation so that c is all by itself on one side of the equal sign, then we'll know exactly what c is. We'll know the length of that side of the triangle. First, we need to simplify the left side of the equation since it contains the known numbers. And according to the order of operations, we need to simplify the exponents first. 2 squared is 4, and 3 squared is 9. Then we add those results, 4 plus 9 equals 13. And we have the equation 13 equals c squared, which is the same as c squared equals 13. Then, to get c all by itself, we need to do the inverse of what's being done to it. Since it's being squared, the inverse operation is the square root, so we need to take the square root of both sides. Taking the square root of c squared just gives us c, which is what we want on this side of the equation. But it gives us a little problem on the other side, because it's not easy to figure out what the square root of 13 is. It's not a perfect square, so it's going to be a decimal and probably an irrational number. But that's okay, because it's fine to just leave our answer as the square root of 13. Sure, you could use a calculator to get the decimal value if you really need one, but in math it's very common to just leave square roots alone unless they're easy to simplify. So the sides of this right triangle are 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, and the square root of 13 centimeters. Let's try another example. For this right triangle, we know the length of the hypotenuse, 6 meters, and one of the legs.
So guys, send the answer. You can leave your value in square root. You can give your value in square root only. Mr. Cow, are you able to understand?
I've done this before, but still I'm gonna get a lot of questions wrong.
So guys, we can take this as A. 6 square is equal to 4 square plus A square, or I can write A square plus 4 square equal to 6 square. 36 is equal to 16 plus A square. So that means A square equal to 36 minus 16. So A square is equal to 20. A will be equal to square root of 20.
So you said you can send the answer fully.
I said you can send the answer in square root.
Oh, so I tried to
So
answer.
Mr. Ba, UI, Chatty, Guy, Silent Killer, have you understood?
Yes.
4 meters, one length. Side A and theorem and solve gives us the equation I and solve for b squared is 36. Subtracting 16 from both sides of the just b squared. And on the other side, we have 36 minus 16, which is 20. We can now solve the simplified equation for b by taking the square root of both sides, which gives us b equals the square root of 20. Again, it's fine to leave your answer to 2 times the square root of. Awesome. Here's another interesting one. What if you have a unit square that's cut in half along a diagonal? Each side of the square is 1 unit long, but how far is it from one corner of the square to the other along the diagonal? Well, since the diagonal divides the square into 2 right triangles, we can use the Pythagorean theorem to tell us that unknown distance.
So guys, send your answer. What will be the answer for the?
We label the legs of the right triangle A and B and the hypotenuse C. And since we know that A and B are both 1, we can plug those values into the Pythagorean theorem equation, which gives us 1 squared plus 1 squared equals C squared. Now we solve for C. 1 squared is just 1. So the left side of this equation simplifies to 1 plus 1, which is just 2. That means C squared equals 2. And if we take the square root of both sides, we get C equals the square root of 2. So that's how far it is across the diagonal of the unit square. Okay, so that's how you use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of an unknown side of a right triangle, which is its most common use. But there's another way that you can use the Pythagorean theorem that I want to mention. You can also use the Pythagorean theorem to test a triangle to see if it truly is a right triangle. You know, in case you're not already sure. For example, what if someone shows you this triangle and asks, is this a right triangle? Well, it looks a lot like a right triangle, but it doesn't have a right angle symbol, and it would be kind of hard to tell if this angle is exactly 90 degrees just by looking at it. Maybe it's really close to 90, like 89.5 degrees. No worries, the Pythagorean theorem can tell us for sure if we know the lengths of all 3 sides of the triangle. If we know those lengths, A, B, and C, then we can just plug them into the Pythagorean theorem equation to see if it holds true. In this particular case, since the 2 shorter sides are each 3 centimeters and the longest side is 4 centimeters, we can plug those values in for A, B, and C and simplify to see what we get. 3 squared is 9, so on this side of the equation we get 9 plus 9, which is 18. And on the other side, we have 4 squared, which is 16. Uh-oh, that doesn't look right. Our equation simplified to 18 equals 16, which is definitely not a true statement. That means that the 3 sides of this triangle do not work in the Pythagorean theorem. They don't fit the relationship a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And since the Pythagorean theorem tells us that all right triangles fit that relationship, this triangle must not be a right triangle. All right, so now you know what the Pythagorean theorem is, and you know how to use it. You can use it to find a missing side of any right triangle. And you can also use it to test.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the movie. Did you guys enjoy the movie?
Yes, sir.
Start doing the first question. Shinchan, have you done this concept before?
No, sir.
So let me explain it to you because you missed the video also. Keep on unmute. So if we have a right triangle, the side opposite to the right angle is called the hypotenuse, and we call it C, and the rest two sides we can name them A and B. So in a right angle triangle, C square is equal to A square plus B square. That is the Pythagoras theorem. If you have not studied this, you will study very soon. For example, if this is 8 and this is 6, can you tell me what will be the value of C? Shania, can you solve it and tell me what will be the value of C?
Okay, sir. Ten.
10. Now you can start doing example 1. And please add Shinchan's name also. Radhya, where is Tani Bani?
I don't know. Mom, please check my answer.
All right. So we have a right angle triangle. The hypotenuse is 17. One of the sides is 8. Find the other side. So let me call it A. So A square plus 8 square is equal to 17 square. So A square plus 64 is equal to 289. A square will be equal to 289 minus 64. So A square will be equal to 225. That means A will be equal to 15 because square root of 225 is 15. Because 15 multiplied by 15 is 225. तो चैटी शिनचैन समझ आ गया गाइस? आद्या बेटा कीप योर कैमरा ऑन. आद्या.
Sir, my net is not working properly.
बट यू आर ऑल्सो नॉट वर्किंग प्रॉपरली. लास्ट क्लास में आंसर दे रहे थे, फिर आपने देने बंद कर दिए. Why are you not answering? You have to just check if these are right angle triangles or not. Keep your mic on and send the answers. Send a yes and no for these. अगर दो क्वेश्चन है एटलीस्ट वन का तो आंसर भेजो. Don't sit like a statue in the class. You have to check if these are right angle triangles or not. शिनचैन कैसे चेक करेंगे हम?
7 square plus 24 square, if it will be equal to 25 square or not.
Yes, exactly.
So we have to tell if this is right angle or no, or we just have to send the one which is right angle. We
You
have
can
to
do
give
anything. You can send yes, no, y, and no, yes, no, no, y, whatever the answer is. Mr. Ba and Candy. So we will do 7 square plus 24 square. So 7 sevens are 49. 24 square is what? 576. That will give me 625. That is a square of 25. So it is a right angle triangle. Mr. Ba and Candy, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Example 3. I don't cheat from the solutions.
I did not understand the question and what does it have to do with the Pythagorean theorem?
So 15 meter ladder is placed against a wall in such a way, foot of a ladder is 9 meter away. So what we have to do? We have to do, let this be A. So A square plus 9 square is equal to 15 square. So A square plus 81 will be equal to 225. A square will be equal to 225 minus 81, that will be 144. So A will be equal to square root of 144, that is 12. So Candyman, UY, Cow and goddess, do we understand?
Sir, I did a mistake. I by mistakenly wrote 8 instead of 4
Mr.
in
Cow, who has done this at school already?
Sir, I didn't understand what the question was asking. So I just did the Pythagoras theorem, taking it as a plus b is equal to c square.
Oh, no, no, no. Still, that was the question asking. You could have done it directly also. Still,
Yeah,
the answer is same. Even if you don't think, then also the answer will be same.
I didn't do the c square minus a
Next,
square.
after 2 minutes, I will show you the diagram of this fourth question. It's a very common question. सभी boards में ये question पूछा जाता है. It's asked in all boards. Mr. Cow, do you really get too much angry that you have done many anger management workshops?
I don't get angry. I just yawn when I'm angry, sir. Just yawn when I'm angry.
But why? How come your mother made you do so many anger management workshops then?
The anger management workshops were just me yawning in my on my bed when I was angry.
Okay, do these questions. So make the diagram, otherwise I'll show you the diagram. Just try making it. So let me make the diagram. This is the ground. So this is the Arav's friend's house. Let me make it in, I don't know which friend, but let me make it in this blue color.
How'd you know I'm going there right now after this class?
Yes, I knew. So it's the ladder is 17 meters and it's 8 meters high. So on the opposite side, it's Arav's one more friend's house. So the window is at 15 meters there. So the house is pink in color. So the length of the ladder remains same. This was 17 before, and even after shifting to the other street, it's 17. So on in the first house, the length of the window is 8 meters. In the second house, the length of the window is 15 meters. So you have to find the distance between the two houses. Those are Arab's friends, where the Arab friends live. So you have to find this distance. Mr. Cow, have you done this question at school?
No, sir.
I
Not even
mean, this. Okay, not even a similar.
So these were very difficult questions.
No, Peter, it's not a difficult question. It's a very basic question.
It's a very conceptual question. So I've sent, but it will be wrong.
You will get it correct.
Mm, 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 mm.
So let me call it A and let me call it B. So A square plus 8 square is equal to 17 square. A square plus 64 is equal to 289. So A square will be equal to 289 minus 64, that will be 225. So A will be equal to 15 meters, square root of 225. So this is equal to 15. Now, because this is 17, this is 15, and we know that 17, 15, 8 is going to make a Pythagorean triplet. So this will be 8 meter. You can check by doing 17 square minus 15 square also. The answer is going to be same only. So let's check once. This is 289 minus 225. That is equal to 64. Square root of 64 will be what?
8.
8. So you can then add 15 plus 8 to get 23. So I hope we have understood Mikey and Goddess
Yeah.
and Silent Killer, who did not give even one answer today. So okay kids, that's all for today. I'll see you in the next class. Bye bye. Enjoy. Have a nice day.
Hi, sir.
Bye bye kids. Bye.
Hi, sir.
Oh, hi Mr. Ruhan, pro gamer. I didn't notice you. You are in India.
Yes, sir, I am.
What have you brought for me from Dubai?
Nothing. Sir, I bought.
Nothing?
No, sir, I bought Dubai chocolate for you.
Dubai chocolates. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, bye guys. Enjoy.
Bye, sir.